Hey, Jason, good to see you. I have a few sort of oddballish questions for you because it's about All-Star. And uh, I wonder if you can explain to me, your memories of your own All-Star game experiences, what you remember of them and whether you enjoyed them or not.
Yeah, I always enjoyed the All-Star game. My first All-Star game experience, I played with Ovi and Marty St. Louis on a line. And, that was really cool. I think it's a great time to get a chance to know some other guys around the league, just to chat a little bit. We're in these heated rivalries kind of throughout the year, but it's kind of a lighter time. And, you just kind of talk shop a little bit, and there's always a lot going on when you're there. But I think just being there with all those guys to me was something that was special. I always liked watching the All-Star games as a kid. So I know that sometimes guys feel like they need rest during that time, but for me, it's like almost like a way of giving back to the fans and the kids to see all the top guys there and the show they can put on. And, it's not the best hockey. It's not, full speed, but just having everybody there together, I think is pretty cool.
They've had different formats over the years. Is there any particular one that you like, you think stands out?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it seems like the 3-on-3 has been well received. It's, scoring chances both ways, and kind of it's a tough format just in the sense of you can't play full out because you're in a difficult stretch of the season and nobody wants to get hurt. And there's usually big teams, but I think the 3-on-3 has probably been the best. I think it's less, too much gets talked about the quality of the game. And I think it's more just about the experiences and seeing different guys interact with each other, and, the few kind of moments that come out of the game and, become highlights that can, last a long time. But to expect a high quality game, I think you'll be looking for a letdown, but it's more just about the experience, and it's more probably for kids to see, their favorite players playing with other guys' favorite players, and pretty neat that way.
Do you have any ideas on how the league can make it feel like it's got more panache to it? Like the NBA All-Star game is like just star-studded, and the NHL, like you say, some guys like to back away because they'd rather have the rest. Is there anything that you could see that you could make it feel more like a major event than it is?
Yeah, I think the league's going to try different things. I think having it in Vegas this year might add a little more excitement to it. I had talked to some guys, but I don't know if they could make the skills competition into almost a made-for-TV event where they do all the filming, and somehow would have to keep the results kind of quiet, but maybe shorten that event up a little bit and make it, with some backstories, and they could even bring in, some guys that have hard shots. And I think the NBA does a good job of that, where it's not always the guys that are participating in the game have to be the ones that are doing the events and the skills competition. So maybe something like that, or condensing it and just adding some stories along with the broadcast. But I don't know, they do a good job. It's like I said, it's all about what your expectations are. If you're expecting Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, and you're looking in the wrong place. But if you're expecting to see your favorite players, yucking it up with each other and getting to know each other, then it's a great thing for kids.
Thanks a lot, Jason.
No problem.
Next up, we'll go to Terry Cochet, Toronto Sun. Go ahead, Terry.
Hey, Jason. Hey, if someone's coming to a Leaf game for the first time and they ask you to describe Ondrej Kase, what would you say?
Just an extremely hardworking player, buzzsaw that's on the puck all the time. I think he drives the net hard. He plays almost a reckless game in terms of just driving the net and, trying to create chances. High energy guy. I think underrated skills, and been a huge addition for us. So, great hockey player.
What does it do for the group when you have a guy come in like that who, a lot of you guys might not know personally, but it's just fit right in and played good hockey when he has been in the lineup?
Yeah, I think he's the type of player that just injects energy into your team. I think when he's feeling good, he plays up in the lineup, and if not, he plays down the lineup, and he brings a lot of energy to the bottom of the lineup, and he can kind of move all over. Everybody likes to play with him. He can play power play, penalty kill. He's really a versatile player. So when you can add a guy like that, it definitely helps the team. And then I think just the passion he has for the game. He takes his game very seriously, works extremely hard in practice. Just great attitude, great guy. Just been a really solid addition for us.
Just one last for me, Jason. You guys, as a rule, don't let leads slip away. So does that make it easier to forget about what happened Saturday?
No, I think you learn from it. I think we felt like we sat back maybe a little too much. And there's some teams that you need to do that against when you have a lead, but a team like Colorado, it just allows their big guys to kind of get galloping through the neutral zone and feeling good about their game. And then they get a few power plays. And I think, we looked it over today, and Sheldon talked to us about having some more poise with the puck at times and having to grab momentum back at times. I think it's a good learning experience. These are finishing games is something that we want to be better at. We talked about right from the start of the year. I think we were 16 or 17-0 with a lead heading in. So to lose that one, I think it's a good reset for us, and hopefully we don't do it again.
Great. Thank you.
No problem.
Next up, we'll go to Mark Masters, TSN. Go ahead, Mark.
Jason, Alex Kerfoot's always been a pretty versatile player. What have you seen from him this season that's allowed him to have the offense flow a bit more than it has in the past?
I think he's playing in a more offensive role. He's playing the wing with some good players all the time, and that allows his offensive game to come out a little more. I think there's a lot asked of him, playing that third line checking role. So I think with Camphor now, it kind of frees Kerf up to play a little more offensive game and to play, in the top six. So and he's guys similar, like talking about Kaser. He's lots of energy, lots of emotion in his game. He's a very competitive guy. I think that's one of the things about Kerf that goes, underrated is his competitiveness and just a real popular teammate on our team. So great player and is playing well. And I think he fits well with those guys. He's a smart guy. He knows how to create offense. So you can kind of play with anybody too.
Austin was just talking about how there's just something that feels different. These games in Vegas, the atmosphere, how would you describe what these games are like in Vegas?
It's loud. It's loud. It's a party atmosphere for the fans. And for us, adds great kind of juice and excitement just because the crowd is loud. Anytime we play in a loud building, Colorado was just a loud building. Coming now here to Vegas, it's known as one of the loudest buildings, and the production around the game. So it does feel, like a more important game for a team that we don't ever really see. It always seems like an important game when you come in here just because of the how rowdy the crowd can be. So it's fun. It's a fun place to play. You guys enjoy coming here, obviously because it's Las Vegas, but also because of the crowd.
What impact, if any, do you feel the crowd had in that last game you played? It felt like maybe off the start it helped you, but then maybe once Colorado got momentum, it helped them. Like, how did you feel the crowd factored into the last game?
Well, the home crowd always helps the home team when they're trying to mount a comeback and they're gaining momentum. But these are natural situations that we deal with all the time. So I don't think Colorado's crowd was, extraordinarily different than anything we'd see in Montreal or Boston or Toronto when we're coming back. Like it's kind of par for the course when you have a comeback like that. I think for us last game, it was more just, we probably played a little too conservative. We probably gave, we leaned on the easy play to kind of just get a line change. And then it felt like they kept coming at us. So I think we need to have a little more poise with the puck in those situations and breaking out and trying to establish a little bit of zone time ourselves. But it's a good team. That line is arguably the best line in the league. And they got rumbling. They got a few penalty power plays. And then next thing you know, we're on our heels. And, sometimes you can survive those games. You move on. You don't think about it. And we couldn't. So, it's a good game to learn from.